In order to break out of prison, Mike trained himself in stealth. After 4 tries, he finally managed it for the first time, and the trick he used was simple. He just took off his shoes so his steps made no sound. Then he carefully scanned the cell, looking for blind spots the guards couldn't see. When the guard came to check his cell, the prisoner who was supposed to be inside had vanished. The guard quickly unlocked the door to look around, but Mike was only hiding in a corner. When the guard gave a warning, Mike didn't care. Instead, he turned his head and stared at the wall. Leaning into the gaps in the wooden boards, he surprisingly climbed the wall with his bare hands until he grabbed the barred window above. When the guards came again to inspect the cell, they found that Mike had vanished once more. Seeing no reaction to his anger, the guard instantly unlocked the door and rushed in. He thought Mike would be hiding in the corner again, but no matter where he looked, he couldn't find him anywhere. The guard reacted fast. He quickly glanced toward the top of the door. Sure enough, Mike was hiding up there. The guards beat him harshly and gave him a final warning. Even after the brutal beating and threats, Mike still showed a smug grin because his stealth skills were finally paying off. To fully master his stealth, Mike spread his arms and swung his palms. Then he kept adjusting his footsteps until his palms slipped out of view. Since human sight only covers 180 degrees, he used that to measure the limit of vision. That way he could hide in a guard's blind spot. And this was the key to true stealth. As long as you silently stay behind the guards and avoid their 180-degree view, you could achieve invisibility in a sense. Soon after, Mike trained day and night, and at last he perfected the art of stealth. Now all he had left was to test it. When the guards came to check the room, they found Mike was at it again. The guard stormed in furiously, but inside the cell there was only one piece of clothing. He searched everywhere, but when he checked the wall again, there was still no sign of Mike. He didn't realize Mike was right behind him, copying the guard's steps and movements. Whatever the guard did, Mike did the exact same thing, and it started to frighten the guard. He could sense Mike was close, but couldn't see him anywhere. The guard soon knew something was off. A shadow even appeared on the floor out of nowhere. It was Mike's figure watching him. Mike let out a mocking laugh. The guard grew furious and swung his baton right away. But even then, Mike still wore a smug smile. With the guard's warning in mind, Mike deliberately drew an eye on his palm. Then he imagined himself through the guard's perspective. This time, he didn't just mimic his stance. He even tried to predict the guard's thoughts. By keeping both body and mind aligned, he could achieve true invisibility. Through relentless training, stealth became a part of him. Now even his shadow couldn't be found in the cell. A few days later, the guards came for another check, and once again, Mike had completely disappeared. The guards stormed in aggressively, but strangely, no matter how he searched, he couldn't find a trace of Mike. Even the shadow on the floor was gone. Before he could react, a palm struck him. The next second,